Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of December 8th through the 14th, 2025. Aries, you have the Wheel of Fortune coming out as your first card out. I feel like positive news is going to come in for you this week. Events are going to unfold in your favor. If you're waiting to hear back from any job, from a person, from any opportunity that you're hoping for, I feel like it will come either before this week even begins or shortly into this week, okay? There's some sort of positive offer and affirming experience here for you that is literally just positive. You know, it's good and it's a change. When I think of the Wheel of Fortune, I think of a positive change in the right direction. The universe kind of coming in with a divine intervention to just boost you on your journey. And especially when this card comes out upright, for sure. It's like, here's just a blessing for you, you know? You don't need to do anything special to receive it. It's just a boost. Now, when it's in reverse, which is not the case for you, it could be a divine intervention picking you up off the path you've been walking and putting you on a new one because perhaps the path you were walking was not for you. But when it comes out upright, such as in this reading, I feel like it's more so, you've been doing the right thing, Aries. Here's a push, okay? We have the Page of Stones right next to that. Yeah, and pages in the tarot, they can represent people in our lives, but they can also represent news, opportunities. And the stones, or pentacles in particular, can represent a tangible commitment, a tangible offer. Would you like to work with us, Aries? Would you like to commit to this, Aries? Would you like this bonus, this raise? Would you like to start this new chapter where you're committed to something really, really positive? We have the King of Vessels in reverse with Heron. Okay. Some of you guys, so this could be a person. This could also be a reflection of you. If this is a person, it's giving masculine water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't have to be though. And when the King of Cups, King of Water comes out in reverse, this represents a person or a situation that is very much like you can pick up that something's off with them. Maybe they're jealous, maybe they're insecure, maybe they don't like something you said or did, but they're not saying that directly. You know, they're acting very passive aggressively or maneuvering their way in a sort of unintentionally manipulative way. So be on the lookout for anyone like that. We have the Five of Bows with empowerment coming out upright here. And if you see the image on that hill, very fun. Divine masculine, powerful energy, okay? The Five of Bows talks about asserting your dominance and standing up for what you believe in, even in the face of people saying, oh, maybe you should reconsider that offer, maybe you shouldn't do that, maybe you shouldn't do this. You know, everybody has their own unique perspective in life based off of their lived experience. And only you know what's best for you, honestly. Sometimes the people around us closest to us, they can give us really amazing advice if they see our lives clearly. But it's like you have to ask the question first, does this person have a good head on their shoulders? Would I swap lives with them? Do I trust their feedback and opinions? If the answer is no, then don't take advice from those people. Don't listen to them. You know, if the answer is yes, then perhaps consider what they're saying when they're reflecting back some choices that you're making. Factor in what they're saying to you if you think that they are somebody who gives great advice or who can clearly see what's going on in your life. We have the Three of Vessels in reverse with Joy. Right next to that Five of Bows, I don't know. There could be a circumstance here, Aries, where you have a hard time feeling heard, feeling seen, getting your point across. It's like, this could be in like family, for example, where like you're trying to explain your life choices to your family, but they're not seeing it from your perspective. They're arguing it. And you're just like, I don't want to feel like the black sheep here, but you guys just don't get it. You're not getting me. I'm not feeling seen. When I view the Three of Vessels in reverse, it gives me this feeling of like, I feel invisible in a group of people. you know? Or like, for example, you enter into a new workplace and everybody's like really tight knit, but nobody's being friendly towards you. Nobody's creating an opening for you. So it's just kind of like you're awkwardly sort of off to the side, not really clicking with anyone. So the 5 of bows next to that message, as weird as it sounds, it asks you to assert yourself, okay? And, you know, be the one to initiate and just be like sort of outspoken, you know? Like, so anyways, here's what happened to me today, even though nobody asked. And don't, just be yourself is basically what it's saying. Just be yourself. Be loud, be proud. And I actually feel like that will help with integrating yourself into any sort of group dynamic where you're feeling like unheard, people think they know what's best for you and they don't. It's that confidence. It's that level of, I know what I'm talking about, you know? And then people are like, okay, well, Aries knows what they're talking about. So we have the 8 of Stones skill. Yeah. Another thing here is the proof is in the pudding. I feel, Aries, there's something here about you being exceptional at a certain thing, a passion, the work you do. For some of you guys watching, it could be like you do the best work in the job that you work at, the company you work at, like you're the best worker, or you're like one of the only competent ones who knows what they're doing fully. Or even if you're in your own business, you're a freelancer, you're like the best of the best, you know, you're an expert in your field. If it's not work related, this could also be a passion of yours. You're exceptional at something that you do, very knowledgeable. You have a lot of skills that you can pass on to other people, things like that. And I just feel like you're continuing to grow your talents, your traits. And there's also something this week about showing up every day and working hard at whatever it is that you're gaining skill in. Or like, I'm getting the sense like training like an athlete. That's a phrase that just came through. Training like an athlete, showing up every day, serious about doing your best. And I feel like it's through the work itself, through the results itself, that people really respect you and will gain respect for you. Aries, I'm seeing this like long drawn out window of a couple of months. And I feel like over the next several months, you're going to go from like the underdog to the champion, where it's like people may take you for granted now because they don't know you. But I am wondering if we're going to see a lot of Aries sort of skyrocket to fame. That's a very dramatic example. Or like even just like go up the ranks in a company, or just become very well known for whatever it is that you're talented and skillful at. Okay, so it's actually also money's looking great this week as well. Let me just say that, you know, it's like, again, proof is in the pudding. And I do get the sense that like those who know, like there could be a manager or somebody, how do I put it? The people who are actually experts and experienced elders, okay, in whatever it is that you're passionate about or doing or spending your time on, it's like real recognizes real. They recognize you for your talent, your potential, all of that, and they're very friendly towards you. But the peers, the people who aren't at like the elite expert level, who may be good at what they're doing, but like whatever, those people could be a little bit pompous towards you. This could be a general community, this could be whatever. But it's like, it's because they don't have that real recognized real thing, you know? So you may get along great with elders, experts, people who are actually insanely talented in the things that you're skillful at or gaining skill in or doing, you know? Whereas you might feel a little bit like rejected from the peers, the community, the around whatever it is that you're doing. But yeah, there's something here about up and coming success for you, Aries. An older person or person in a position of authority may view you as having extremely high potential to be something big. There's something here about like you going through this journey of sort of keeping your head down, working hard, and being talented at what you do. Perhaps the people around you don't necessarily see you for your worth for a while, but the people who it does matter to, the people who actually can help you, you're their number one by far. Does that make sense? So like, for example, if you're in a corporation, the people who are going to give out promotions, you're like number one in their eyes, whereas your coworkers might not even like recognize that within you. Does that make sense? There's something about that, you know? Or like, even if you have your own business, your own passion, life purpose, whatever, it's like people may have taken your little hopes and dreams for granted, like, oh yeah, that silly little business that Aries has on the side, whatever, you know, sort of dismissed it a little bit. But it's like that silly little business may end up being an extremely successful like corporation one day, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here. Very lucky for sure. Know your worth, definitely. You're amazing. And just love yourself, Aries, all right? Thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you guys. Bye.